I'm the CIO for the Global Technology Solutions business within Covetrus. We're in the animal health space. We're a highly technology enabled business.
How do you go about finding third-party technologies, vendors to look into?
Yeah, we tend to ignore the propaganda that comes out of vendors themselves, either through trade shows or direct reach out. I delete so many emails a day from companies that just want 5 minutes. We're not interested in that. We're interested in identifying our use case and then finding a solution to satisfy that use case. When we do this, we think about due diligence. The first would be, what discovery can we do on our own? Up to, let's say, 6 months ago, discovery on our own meant we would go out to the internet and we would try to figure out who had what information. So kind of the school of hard knocks, if you want to call it that. What has turbocharged that approach in a more targeted, effective way is to engage Sagetap, where we're able to control the dialogue, in that we engage with companies that I'm interested in for specific problems that we have. And it's all about learning. I never have felt pressure to go the distance with company X or Y. It's about learning, either about the sector or about what they have to offer. The cyberspace is rife with all kinds of companies. And there's so much noise and so much confusion that great ideas are lost. And this is where our due diligence would fail, because you can't pick it all up. There's something like 5,000 cyber companies. And so what Sagetap has allowed us to do is to take a hard look at point solutions that we can then compare against our use cases. And if we find a match, then I listen. And if what I'm hearing makes sense, then we widen that exposure to the company. So very targeted, much more effective way to get to closure for a specific use case.
So you've taken a significant number of meetings, explored different vendors via Sagetap. Do any come to mind that you think were particularly exciting?
Yeah, there's a bunch, but I'll say that two that I would point to would be as follows. Ort, which really focuses on locking down your Snowflake data lakes. Really impressive solution, in spite of how good your periphery or your perimeter is protected. If somebody does get through, then what's your second layer of defense? And I believe this is key in that space, because you can't protect everything. And so you have to think about it as layer of defense number one. What happens if they get past? How do you impede them from getting deeper into your ecosystem? And that comes through a layered defense approach. And that's what I think Ort offers, specifically an area where you could be vulnerable. The sleepy part of, let's say, your environment where your data is sitting, and then it's too late. So really impressed with that solution. Also, I spoke just last night with a company called Prelude. Very interesting company in that they help optimize investments in CrowdStrike or Palo or whomever, because we often live in a sense of false security. We deploy CrowdStrike, we hope it's working, we think it's working, but the question is it? Mm-hmm. And Prelude has a way of cutting through the noise to get to that answer. Real impressive.